Good morning, afternoon, and evening. I'm the Canadian, back with another N-scale review, and today we're going to be looking at something that's really surprised me for the brand. It's my most recent pickup from one of my local hobby stores. I saw it, the price was cheap, and before I even thought, oh, there must be something wrong with it, I got it. And then afterwards I thought, oh, that's pretty cheap. What's wrong with it? I got it home, and I was surprised that it was brand new. I opened it up, and it was still wrapped in its plastic. I'm like, oh my god, why was it so cheap? I have no idea why it was so cheap, but it is one of my best locomotives I have. And that would be the Bachmann DCC Sound Value SD45. Now, this locomotive is really nice. This is my first Bachmann Sound Value locomotive, and I was extremely impressed with it. And yeah, wasn't expecting that. This one is in the Santa Fe paint scheme. Personally, I'm not a fan of the Santa Fe paint scheme, the War Bonnet. I know I will get flamed for that in the comments, but I don't like it. I was never a fan of it. But, from that, looking at the paint job here, it's very crisp. Like, the lines on it are smooth and I'd say straight, but that's not straight, that's a curve. I know my geometry. But, there's no, overspray, no, softness in the paint lines. The only thing I would mention is on the Santa Fe itself here, along the hood. Probably another coat of yellow would have done, because it doesn't really show up that well on camera, but the blue does kind of leak through and gives that darker shade of yellow look. I don't really care because I'm going to be putting a blackout decal on top and just putting my own railway initials, DFYX, on there, keeping the number. But the detailing on this locomotive is really nice. Looking at the side here, all your latches and hinges here are molded in quite nicely, focus. Your radiator fans are molded quite nicely here. 5320, the markings here are very crisp. You got even the directional marking, the F, is very nice as well, and the Santa Fe logo at the front. As we move along to the front, very nice. The horn, molded in yellow, separately applied. Number boards and headlight do light up. You got your anti-glare patch here, which is very nice. A little bit of dust. I only had this for a couple weeks. It's already dusty, and I've been using this. Marker lights don't work, but they are painted in silver. Handrails are all around the locomotive are molded in yellow with white safety rails on it, which I was surprised to see as well from Bachmann. Going down the front here, safety stripes are painted on the steps. Another thing I was surprised to see, as well as the MU hoses and the coupler lift bars are separately, I can talk, separately applied pieces, not molded in. Something I wish I could say about my Kato SD45. like, I'm putting them up next to each other here. Very different. Like, I would take the Bachmann over the Kato in this instant. Like, when it comes to detail. Yeah. The top, you got molded detail again, rivets, you got your exhaust stack, your dynamic brakes, your radiator fans. Like, they're all very nicely molded in, very detailed. It's even got separately applied sunshades, another thing I was surprised of. Going over to the back, grab irons are molded in. I was sort of expecting that. A lot of companies do that. Marker lights again, non-operational, painted silver. Number boards, rear light, do light up. And then MU hoses, a couple of lift bar, separately applied, and the Bachmann coupler on both ends. I like the Bachmann coupler. I don't know if it has a specific name, but I do like it. The trucks are very nicely detailed. You got your reservoir hoses, everything, your bolsters and everything, very nice. Then nothing much on the bottom there, the closed style truck. I do have some older Bachmanns, which they're the open style, so the gears are all exposed. So anything and everything can get in there. And the speaker is housed in the fuel tank. There are holes in the fuel tank held together by 2 screws. So you got your DCC sound value picked out there. And it is equipped with a Soundtrax Econami decoder. And it's very basic. There's no startup or shutdown on this decoder. So as soon as power reaches the locomotive, it's running. It doesn't start up or anything. That's been the look at the SD45. Let's bring it over to the layout. And here's my little snoopervisor. He's waiting for me. Hello, snoopervisor. Set the camera up. Everything is plugged in. I'm using an NCE power cab. Oop. As you can hear, the sound just starts up. Very nice horn. The bell is a little slow. Now with the headlight, both forward and reverse, all the lights go on. I don't know if there's a way to change that or not, but speed step 3. It starts moving at speed step 2. What? No. No! Now we're up to speed step 7. And the very tight radius on this layout, this thing works phenomenally. Phenomenally. I know words. So that has been my video review of the Bachmann Sound Value SD45, a locomotive that I did not have high hopes for, but met and exceeded my expectations. If you like this video, click that like button. If you want to see more, subscribe. Don't forget to leave a comment. And I'll be seeing you in the next video.